Ja, food for thought. The relationship between demons and angels is to metaphysics as the relationship between up and down is to gravity. In other words, the more you step back into your authentic wordless nature, the unique cosmic spark that is another version of I, as I another version of you, your angels and their guidance in a completely non-dogmatic way, in a way that it's a language that only you have with angels. Your guardian angels, once you truly recognize their guidance, you recognize your demons become exposed. Why? Because angels are up, demons are down. They're a reflection of each other. Principle of polarity. In my last video, I mentioned that I had people being very hostile in a cowardly manner, but I also ran into people who love me unconditionally because I show them the love back. The polarities persist. And as they do, I think it's very important to make the distinction that your demons aren't evil. Evil's anti-life. Shout out to Ralph, a video I watched earlier. Evil spelled backwards is life. So what does that mean? Evil backwards. If you spell evil backwards, it means life. Does that mean death? No. It means not truly living while we're alive. Our Western fear of death can be characterized as evil, not death itself. The fear of it. The opposite polarity of love. Life is to evil as fear is to love. It's its opposite polarity. That's why in the last video I called Chico a wicked small town, because I recognize, as beautiful as it is, a safe haven of free thinkers, if you will, such as myself I characterize. My possession of self. Myself. Eckhart Tolle, side thought. I recognize with the campfire tragedy particularly, the compassion has brought me to tears as much as the hatred has. Because, shout out to Eckhart Tolle, that which fuels the ego inevitably leads to the ego's ultimate demise. And that very thing is summed up in one word: suffering. My community out here in Northern California is suffering, and it brings out to light the evil in the form of social engineering. That is to say, the difference between homelessness that's being characterized and stigmatized, you can feel it in the air empathically, between those who were homeless prior to the campfire and those who are homeless now due to the campfire, and the stigmatization that there is between the homeless in Chico, for instance, taking advantage of these unlimited amounts of goods. Shout out to George Carlin. We're a nation of stuff and things. What do we do in a tragedy like the campfire? I've seen it firsthand. We throw as much stuff and things at people as possible. They just lost other things, man. They need more things to cope with all of this. I had food insecurity before the campfire, believe you me. Since the campfire, blessed I have no food security whatsoever. And yet, because of this, it highlights how much infinite abundance there is right now of resources that are there, and yet there is this stigmatization of the homeless and what it means to be homeless. And much love to those of the campfire who lost their homes, but to say, I feel homeless in a way that's like, it wasn't your choice. I'm not trying to get political here, I'm really not, but I'm trying to highlight that right there is an example of suffering, exposing the great in us, and thereby exposing our weakness, exposing where we must improve. And that's why this is a remarkable time to be alive, Lightworker, because you feel it as much as I have ever since you were put on this cosmic school that is Mother Gaia, Mother Earth. That we've reached and are living this lifetime to transmute the tipping point. That is to say, the illusion, the evil being the anti to life, right? Entertainment industry, caste. You have a cast of characters casting a spell. Weekend. You have, the weak end of the stick when you have your time off to do what you love to do. And then you have the weekdays. Good morning, as if we're mourning, being alive. What about good rising? Much better, right? Then we rise like the sun instead of mourning it. Because what is the stars but an external representation of our internal soul shine that we are here to harvest and provide, baby. I was going to try to make this a short video. I failed at that. But alas, in that failure there's a success, as so doth when you feel low. Step back and breathe, baby, because there's a high in the low. Then you alchemate, churning that intangible lead into gold, baby. Intangible gold, priceless beyond wordless comprehension to this human experience that tangible gold will ever have in comparison. I suppose that's it. Namaste.